Hi, beautiful people. I want to continue on my video series. It's like a little series now around medication for depression. Once again, I'm telling you, I'm no expert. And as I said earlier, I never received much help from experts. So I did a lot of digging myself, and I got a question yesterday: what's the difference between the different types of medication? And I'm like, oh, I have no idea. I only tried one, and that's the SSRI medication. And this I've learned because I did some Googling yesterday, and I think it's so important to know. I love to know, and if you ask me a question and I don't know, I want to find out. So I thought I would just share my research from yesterday, and I'm pretty sure that you also know that what's in the meds, the antidepressants, it affects our chemistry. And the question is, how does it affect? What is the difference? So there is one SSRI, that's one kind. Then there is something called SNRI. Let me see so I get this right. SNRI. And then there's something called NDRI. And I was thinking like, okay, why do we need these different types of medication, and do they address different things in the brain and the body, or is it because we as persons have different genetics and different diagnosis? And I'm pretty sure it's a mix of everything. And to me, I only tried, as I said before, escitalopram. I think it's quite basic, common. It's not new, and I don't know how old it is, but for me it's working really, really well. No side effects. It's just like I have a better well-being. I do not gain a lot of weight. My sex energy, I can't say much about that because I don't have a partner, but I don't feel it has changed. And I don't see any side effects of the doses I take, which is pretty low. But when it comes to what the antidepressants do in our body, they are all something called reuptake inhibitors, which means that they are, I'm going to read to you. I think this is so interesting. I love this. Although antidepressants have been proven to be effective in improving depression symptoms, it's still unclear exactly how they work. Yet, extensive research in this field had led experts to believe that these antidepressants affect certain brain circuits and chemicals known as neurotransmitters to transfer signals from one nerve cell in the brain to another. Neurotransmitters are released from nerve endings, and they are used by nerve cells to communicate with one another and their target tissues. In order to treat depression, panic disorder, anxiety disorder, and other conditions, antidepressants target 3 essential neurotransmitters that are responsible for regulating your mood: dopamine, norepinephrine. Alltså this word. Norepinephrine tror jag in Swedish. Norepinephrine. So sorry. I should have checked this up first. And serotonin. Dopamine. This brain chemical plays an important role in the way you derive pleasure from behavior and physical functions, such as learning, sleeping, paying attention to things around you, movement, staying motivated, and so much more. That's dopamine. Norepinefrin. So sorry. This helps prepare your body and brain to spring into action and increases your focus and alertness. And then we have serotonin. This neurotransmitter is responsible for regulating your social behavior, appetite, sleep, memory function, your mood, and sexual function. So this is an antidepressants. They are believed to affect how these neurotransmitters behave. Okay. A reuptake inhibitor prevents neurotransmitter from reabsorbing back into the nerve cells in the brain after they have been released. This keeps the level of these neurotransmitters high, improves communication between the nerve cells, and strengthens mood regulation. So the thing is that then these different meds contain, or should I say, they target different of these neurotransmitters. So that is more or less the difference. And whatever you are on, I would say, it's just like when we come into menopause, there are like so many different things we can do to feel better when we are in menopause. And if it doesn't work for us, we should change. There are like gels, there are creams, there are like pills we can take, there are plasters, band-aids, and there's like a mix of estrogen and progesterone, and it's like, and when I look at my friends, I have many girlfriends, we all have a different hormonal treatment plan. It's amazing. It's like none of us have the same. This works for one, this works for one, and this works. So we can see that we are so unique, we are so different in our metabolism, in our chemistry. Of course, some things are like general and works for everyone, but I think it's the same when it comes to depression. That really our condition, you know, some, if you think about depression, some people can't sleep at all. Some people, when they are depressed, want to sleep all the time. Some people become super active and anxious and are like driven like by this constant stress in the body, and some people become like lethargic. They can't move, they can't even, you know, lift their hand and drink a cup of tea. They just can't manage. So there are different types of depression symptoms, and I think that these symptoms, how depression affects you, also decides or helps to decide what medication will work for you the best. So if one kind doesn't work, we try another one. And when I say it doesn't work, it doesn't do the good things for you that they are meant to do. It doesn't make you sleep better. It doesn't bring you more peace. It doesn't, you know, lessen your negative thoughts and thinking. It doesn't, you know, if it doesn't do these good things for you, that you feel less anxious, less stressed, and you feel better in general, like you can manage things, that you can focus, that you're not like... So for me, if it doesn't bring you that after a month or two, you go back to the doctors and you say, this isn't really working for me. It's not like, okay, you are an error here, that it doesn't work for you, because I'm pretty sure that there is something good that is working for all of us. It just depends how depression affects us. And that's why the meds are targeting different things. And for me, it makes total sense. So if me and my friends are depressed at the same time and we totally different medications, but we end up in a place where we both feel better, that's perfect. So for me to go, and I just Googled now, what's the difference between SSRI and NDRI? And I got really this super good information. And when they say that the expert don't really know what it does, and I feel like, okay, maybe I'm an expert. No, I just feel like I don't want to promote medicine as the one, savior, but I know that if you are suicidal, it's really something to try, because your life changes, and you want to have a good life. And trust your doctor, and if it doesn't work, you go back, and if the doctor is no good, you change doctor and you see, I want to try something else. You don't settle for not being okay. So this is it. And I'm gonna add on a lot more than medicine, but this is really like, if you're suicidal, if you really have a deep depression going on and you haven't tried medication, I will give it a try. Then you are able to change a lot of other negative things in your life. That could be what you eat, and if you can't go out, the loneliness, there's so much. It sounds weird, but to me, even the loneliness is reduced when I take medicine. And I think it is because I don't feel so shitty, so I dare to reach out to people more. I dare to ask for help. So I think that the proper medication for severe depression, also for milder depression, it can really, really change your life and turn it around. So that's all for now. Thank you so much for listening. And for watching. If you like this, give me some feedback. Follow me on Instagram, and I love to hear from you. And if you feel that someone needs this, please share with them. I think I will add this to YouTube. Let's see. I'm not an expert in this either, but I'm doing my best. Okay, I love you. Puss!